I didn't set out this week thinking, you know what, I haven't made a video just to complain about an anime I hated in a while, I'm gonna go watch some crap and put up a salt mine. No, when I started Virtual Son looking, I actually thought it might turn out watchable. I'm not really into virtual YouTubers or VTubers. Maybe I'll watch a few Kizuna Ai videos, but that's it. But Ai does the theme song for the first half, and they went to the effort of doing enough promotional collabs that they really seemed to want to get the show out there, so I thought I'd at least take a look. Sadly, even in a world where crossovers, shoutouts, and cross-promotion have produced some really good things, there are still some writers out there who think making shallow references is a valid substitute for actually writing. This is proof. We open with a guy in a horse mask referencing various mascots with bleeped out names, because that's funny, right? Osamatsu-san did that stuff, but people like the memes and shoutouts in Osamatsu-san because they were actually used for jokes about the characters and commentary about the anime industry. Even the show description on Crunchyroll doesn't so much describe Virtual Son as talk about how many popular properties they got to make appearances. But what about the actual plot? Yeah, about that. It takes the gag anime format of random disconnected skits, which would be great if any of them were funny. All the characters are introduced by narration talking about their one gimmick as they run down the street, because that's interesting, and every skit seems to just have the girls ramble, occasionally sass each other, make some references, and then something weird happens and they just keep on doing it. Then they use the same concepts the next episode. Again, themed series of sketches would be fine if they were funny, but they're just samey and dull. They really seem to be trying to bring the feeling of watching a VTuber's channel into a show, complete with waving to the audience and goofy subtitles on the screen, but the thing is, that works for a Let's Play or promotional video when there's other stuff that's more coherent and the girls' antics are supplemental. These girls just can't carry a show on their own, at least not with this writing staff. If you've made it this far just looking at this atrocity, I applaud you. Again, the visuals are going for making it look like a low-budget YouTube show, and not only does it contrast with how good parts of the OP look in comparison, the show at large just looks like it was recorded in VR chat. You could probably just make a show in VR chat and it would look better than this. It'd at least be more entertaining, and sadly with the same caliber of one-note characters and offensive jokes. But could this show have been decent? It does show a hint of love for VTubers and their content, even if its attempt to make the show fit in with them just makes it pretty bad. And it's nice that people are able to submit their own VTubers introduction videos to promote their channels at the 3/4 point. There's not much of a good foundation there, but they could have done some better skits than just panty shots, gay jokes, and Goblin Slayer reenactments if they just looked at better gag anime and found out what made them funny. I mentioned Osamatsu-san earlier, and that did everything this show did better. The characters are jerks to each other, but they're not unlikable even if they're not always great people. They have gimmicks, but they have characters beyond those gimmicks. And the different segments are often disconnected and weird and usually full of sex jokes and references to other properties, but the difference is that that's not the only thing the show relies on while it tries to convince itself that it's entertaining. For Virtual Son looking to be watchable, more than adapting its format better to TV or getting half-decent animation, it would need to grow a heart and be written with a goal of expressing love for these characters and for VTubers in general. Not just checking off a list of what's popular that they can devote 2 seconds to and follow it up with a cameo they got in a mailbag. If you like any of the characters featured in the show, you might get a little amusement out of it, but I'd say just watch their videos again because this anime is unwatchable. This is Secret Identity Studio, and after this, nobody better complain about the Kamino Friends CG.